Hey guys, welcome back. I just got myself a sample of TomFord Costa Azzurra. This is the EDP concentration. There is a Parfum concentration in this one as well. So basically I don't have any TomFords in my collection, and I'm pretty, keen on adding one TomFord into my collection in the near future. And I'm just trying to decide because summers we're pretty much into summer, at least in my region. So I thought something which is suitable for the summer. Now I did use this one. I got this in. I'm wearing it right now. It's been about 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours since I put it on. Now the level of this was somewhere around here. I used it all the way up to here. So that's, I would say, about maybe zero point 0.8 ml. So that was about like 8 to maybe about 10. It's actually about 10 sprays, from this guy. Now obviously this one doesn't put out as much juice as your regular bottle atomizer does. So just to keep that in mind. Now, this one does open up nice and elegant. It's an elegant citrusy opening. It's not something brash or bright or extra effervescent. It doesn't come off with that heavy ambergris, like punching through with like some of these Middle Eastern ones have. This is pretty refined. It's very nice actually. I kind of liked it. And then it's followed by these woody notes, and the woody notes start getting a little intense as you go. It's also then followed up, you could say, simultaneously with the woody notes. You also get this CVD driftwood note, which Fragrantica does have a ton of other notes for this. I can't get, I think, 60-70% of them. I can't distinctively tell if they're even there in this one, to be honest. I'm just telling you what I get from this. So it's that CVD driftwood kind of a note, but it doesn't get too, at least for me, it doesn't, I don't feel it's too intense. It's not too bad. It's a slightly mineralic as well. It's probably because I do have a lot of these Kenzos and the Issey Miyake's La Selle d'Issey, the EDT, and the EDP. In fact, the EDP, I just got it recently, so I have to make another video on that because I did put out a video on the EDT version. So this one kind of, it reminds me of that in the mids of the Costa Azzurra. It kind of reminds me of the La Selle d'Issey. Um, so you kind of get it. It's like it's a marine note. There's a strong marine note in this one. The seaweed is definitely there. So it does, I think the scent longevity is about I would say the 4 hours or 5 hours tops, depending on how many sprays you do. Especially on clothes, it probably lasts a little longer, like most do. Just again, make sure, because it does have a color gradient, so just make sure you don't spray this directly on when you have white shirts, or just spray it from a little bit of a distance so that the atomizer kind of spreads the juice around. So yeah, just be careful of that. Because people tend to wear more, lighter color shirts in summer, and then this juice as well might stain. That's the only thing. But apart from that, there's nothing like something mind blowing. But it's very elegant. It's very refined. It's something you would wear. You could definitely wear under a suit and things like that. You're going to the office, no problem at all. You want to wear this casually, no problem at all. Again, so I kind of like it, and these aren't too expensive right now from what I'm seeing with my local, perfume reseller here. The Costa Azzurra EDP and the Parfum, the 100 mils, are going for roughly about $110, or maybe $100 right now. So it's, yeah, something between that 100 to 110. So they're kind of not too bad, considering even some of the designers today are going for insanely high prices. So yeah, they're not from their the private line. This is obviously this bottle, so it is like in the cheaper. I think this is called the signature line. So I'm really looking forward to adding a Tom Ford, at least my first Tom Ford into the collection. If you guys do have any other recommendations, there's another one, Beau de Jour or something like that. I think that's a little like what you call barbershoppy kind of a thing. I'm not too much of a fan of those. I just have too many of those. This particular style of fragrance is pretty interesting for me. I like to use something like this in summers, when I don't want to use my typical fresh sweet ones. So yeah, I'm just thinking of this. It's not a bad scent, to be honest, but nothing like mind blowing or something like that. Definitely reminds you in the mids and the dry down. This one really reminds you of the Kenzos and the Issey Miyakes, especially the Issey Miyake, La Selle d'Issey, the EDT to an extent. And that's it, guys. This one is just my quick initial review, or my thoughts on this one, especially from this sample card. If I do decide to get one, I will definitely make a review on the bottle once I get it. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.